Hello friends, it's Miss Kristen here. I'm here to read you a story about the holidays. Our theme this week is, for the next 2 weeks is holidays around the world. So we'll read about a holiday tradition that some people have. The book is called The Biggest Christmas Tree Ever. Okay. The author is Stephen Kroll. All right, let's read about the biggest Christmas tree ever. Once there were two mice who fell in love with the same Christmas tree, but you had to see it to believe it. Everyone in Mouseville loved Christmas trees. Every Christmas, families all over town put the biggest, most beautiful tree up they could find. But first came Thanksgiving, the day before the celebration. Clayton, the house mouse, took a walk around Mouseville. He knew he should be thinking about giving thanks, but the chill in the air reminded him of Christmas. You know what? He said out loud. This year I'm going to find the biggest Christmas tree ever. Not far away, Clayton's friend Desmond, the field mouse, said the exact same thing. That night, Clayton helped his mom and dad, his brother Andy, and his sister Trudy make a special cheese casserole and nut pie for Thanksgiving dinner. Over at Desmond's house, Desmond and his brother Morris helped Uncle Vernon fix a big pot of vegetable stew and a cheesecake. Everyone ate too much. After dinner, Clayton's grandma and grandpa sat in the living room holding their tummies grumbling. Over at Desmond's, the cousins from across the road stretched out on Uncle Vernon's sofa and they took a nap. The following morning, Clayton woke up early. He wanted to be the first at Clara's Christmas tree farm at the edge of town. That way he could pick the biggest tree. Over at Desmond's house, Desmond tumbled out of bed with the same thought. Clayton hurried over to Clara's, but it was hard to go very fast. He was still too full from Thanksgiving dinner. But by the time he reached the Christmas tree farm, he was out of breath and he looked around. No one else was there. Moments later, Desmond arrived. He was too full from Thanksgiving dinner. He too had found it hard to hurry. He took a deep breath and stumbled inside. What do you think? Do you think they're going to find their Christmas trees? Clayton wobbled down the rows of trees. Here was a nice one, but it was much too small. There was another, but it was squat and had a crooked top. Over there was a third, but it was average height and had big gaps between the branches. Struggling down another row, Desmond was having the same problem. Clayton leaned against the tree. It was scrawny and not very tall. I'll never find the tree I want, he said. I'd better go home. And not far away, sorry, my dog is pushing my phone. Not far away, squinting at another tree, Desmond said, I'll never find the tree I want. I'd better go home. Sorry for the dog problems. When Clayton reached his house, it was only the middle of the morning, but he was still full and he was tired and he fell back into bed. When Desmond reached his house, he too went back to bed. Clayton woke up for lunch and spoke to his dad. Dad said, go out this afternoon, walk to the far edge of the Christmas tree farm. The biggest trees are always there. When Desmond woke up for lunch, Uncle Vernon told him the same thing. Sorry, I'm struggling with these pages. That afternoon, Clayton went out again. At the very same time, Desmond did too. Clayton walked to the edge of the farm as far as he could on that Christmas tree farm. He looked at one big tree after another, but none of them looked like the biggest Christmas tree ever. Down another path, Desmond was having the same bad luck. Starting to lose hope, Clayton peered around a very thick trunk. Desmond peered around the same very thick trunk. They bumped heads and fell down. "I bet you're looking for the biggest Christmas tree ever," said Clayton. "I bet you're looking for the biggest Christmas tree ever," said Desmond. "Why don't we find it together?" said Clayton. "No one said we couldn't," said Desmond. It looks like they found a good solution. They set out through the rows and rows of trees. They looked and looked until it was almost dark. Just as they were ready to give up, there it was, a Christmas tree so big and tall that it reached the sky. Which one do you think it is? I'm guessing this one. Don't you think? Whoa. Both families called on friends and relatives together and loaded the tree onto 100 red wagons and pulled it to Clayton's front yard. There they decorated it with the most wonderful ornaments and colored lights. Look at that. Look at all of the people working together and all of those wagons underneath that tree just to get it home. That's pretty cool, huh? And on Christmas Eve, with all of Mouseville celebrating around it, the biggest Christmas tree ever lit up the entire hillside. Clayton and Desmond shared a high five. "We did it," said Clayton. "All of us together," said Desmond. Such a good story. It's about working together to get what you all need together instead of what just one person wants to do. So nice. Here's my Christmas tree right there. Not the biggest Christmas tree ever, but my favorite tree. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.